Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Leave Your Ego at the Door podcast. I'm Andrew, your host, joined as always by
Lalo Rodriguez.
Wow, the energy today is just optimal. So, pilot episode went great. Our second episode is live up there. You know, I stopped, I was titling them with like numbers, but I want to just do like a little snippet of like what the episode is about instead of like numbering them.
Okay.
Because I feel like when I number them, it's just like how many have we done versus like what's actually inside of it that really counts, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
The last episode was all about giving and the power of giving, but also being open to receiving, which is a super important piece of business life and relationships in general, I feel.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked that one, go back, check it out. If you're watching on YouTube, you know, you can check it out on Spotify and iTunes as well. We appreciate all the support so far.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's cool. I checked out the YouTube.
Yeah.
We're getting views. We got some subscribers.
Uh-huh.
That's really cool. It's only been a few days. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So first episode I just put up there, and then this week I, did little graphics for the banner, stuff like that. Made it look nice. If you're a creative out there and you just need a quick way to get like a graphic or like a thumbnail or something like that, Canva is really awesome.
Yeah.
Being someone who used like Photoshop and those creative programs, I was always like, oh, that's like for people who don't know what they're doing in Photoshop or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you need something done fast and you value time and you just want to like put it together, but have it look professional, it's great. And it's like $15 a month.
Canva?
Canva, yeah.
That's
so if you
awesome.
need like flyers for your business or like graphics, stuff like that, it's a really, really great tool to use.
I use Canva. I use Canva to make like a job posting for my company.
Yeah. You can even make videos on it.
Dude, I usually hired a guy to do my flyers for when I was doing comedy shows, and he was amazing. He was probably using Canva because he would get them back to me so quick. They
Probably.
looked amazing.
Yeah.
But I did one for the job posting, and I was like, this is nice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just click, drag, it's like super
That's it.
easy, very
Yeah.
user friendly. So let's dive right into today's topic. Social media is everything today. A lot of people have that bad habit of like waking up and picking up your phone and going on social media, which is like one of the worst things you can do. But what's funny is that I sent you something from social media from somebody that they posted. I was like, I want to talk about this. And then you came here with something that you were like, I want to talk about this. And they're actually the opposites of one another, but they tie into each other really well.
Yeah.
So which one should we read first?
No, let's go with your
Okay.
post.
Do you have your
first.
phone handy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Should I open what you sent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's too far to reach.
No problem.
So yeah, I wouldn't call this person like a close friend from like inner circle, but I would just say like acquaintance. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who like we casually hung out here or there down the road and
So
just
many
became
of
friends
us.
on Facebook, but now we don't talk. So I don't feel bad reading this because I think the core of this is there's probably a lot of people who feel like this, right? And the solution is so much easier than what you may think.
Yeah,
You agree?
100%.
Okay. All right. So, and just the way that it started is like, it's crazy. I doubt that people care. All right. So you're already saying you're creating this long post and saying that, hey, no one's going to read this or care, but I'm going to say it anyway.
I made some posts like that when I was younger.
Just a bad mentality to
I
have.
know, and I remember I just cringe now.
So the economy and world has gotten so bad that all I can do is work and make it by. I went out and got that good government job. Don't got to worry about slow season, off season, or running out of work. I've made more money than any other jobs I've had in the last 2 years. I just can't wrap my head around having 2 car payments, jet ski payments, always going out to bars, drinking, going out to eat, bowling money pre-2021 COVID, I guess, right? I got rid of all the payments. I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat out or order food. I don't have any toys. I live in the same house since 2007 and have been living poorer than I have ever been.
Quit
I'm so
bragging.
sick of only getting to see my daughters maybe 2 to 3 hours at night before they go to bed. That shit made my heart hurt a little bit. And get to see my wife maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. Having to be at work constantly is not how a person is supposed to live. 1 day off a week to rest isn't cutting it anymore. Life is flying by. It feels like I'm missing out on many things. I look for new and better jobs and hours, but all that comes with a huge pay cut. How is one supposed to survive with the pay cut when they can barely make it by with a nearly 6-figure salary, which will be 6 figures by the end of the year? So they're probably making sub 100K, right?
Yeah.
80, 90K, something like that. Seems to me life was so much better and enjoyable 4 or 5 years ago. I'm just tired and I shouldn't be at this age. How am I going to make it to retirement? I'll never be able to work with this economy and inflation. It's not stopping and if it's not stopping going up, the prices of groceries are never going to go back down because all of them companies are now having record-breaking profits. Why would they want to stop making money off of us poor people?
I guess rich people don't need groceries.
Dude, there's so much to unpack there.
I mean, there is.
Let's just start.
Yeah.
I want you to just give me your first impression of what you thought when you read that and kind of where your mind goes with maybe.
To me, the whole post is kind of like a roller coaster of emotions because like I understand. I've been in his shoes before. And fortunately, through persevering and trying to not feel that way, I found the answers to not feel that way, right? But I could see how impossible it is to not think like he is. Like, because like he doesn't see, there's no like, it's almost like there's a veil in front of him. He has no idea that he could lift up that veil or opening up like those window curtains and be like, oh, I can go make it happen on my own, right? So he hasn't had a conversation or a awakening of like, no one's coming to save you, brother. You know what I mean? Like, let's leave taxes aside because I don't talk politics, but like, and I'm not talking about taxes. You have rich people, you have poor people, whatever, right? Let's just talk. Now, again, taxes aside, the rich will continue to get richer. Not just because they figure out taxes and all this shit. The poor will continue to get poorer. And this is all going to tie into my post. It's a parallel post.
I love that.
In a sense. It's just no one's coming to fucking save you, dude. That shit's not going to change unless you change something. Your job's not going to I'm a business owner. I would love for my employees to become millionaires, but unless I'm becoming like a billionaire, I don't see how they can become a millionaire. Not saying that I'm going to underpay them, but like the reason the people that are getting richer is because people continue to need to buy what they're providing. If you want to make more money than you do at a job, you have to provide a service that other people are willing to pay for. You are doing that for someone. You're giving someone your time. That's your service to them. Mm-hmm. You might be, I don't know what the guy does. I don't know what his career is.
It doesn't matter.
But he's literally providing a job that you need to pay your bills. It's not his fault that you're becoming poorer. It's just that you're deciding your decision. And because maybe unfortunately, and this is the part of the post where I completely relate to him and I can be, I can sympathize with him, is that you haven't gotten a chance to maybe someone tell you what I'm saying right now, is that you don't have to be at the helm of somebody else paying your bills, dude. Like, is that person made a choice to start a company, a corporation, which eventually he has no idea who you are. This post is it's not falling upon dead ears. I don't know if no one cares. We care. The people that want to comment the real thing, we care, but we don't care to engage that because if you're not willing to listen, like you're putting that post up there, hoping that people are agreeing with you. And the ones that are going to agree with you aren't going to tell you how to not be poor, dude.
Because they're the same ones with the same viewpoints in the same situation, the same circle.
Exactly. So then people that, dude, and I don't make much more than what you said that you're about to start making. I mean, I'm making six figures. It's going to continue to grow, but I'm doing it for myself now. And you're right. It isn't a lot of money. Dude, I think back a year ago or 2 years ago, if someone was telling me that I bring in over anything over 100,000 and I make more than that, I would be like, no fucking way. How the hell did I do that?
Yeah.
And it's just by providing a service.
Well, because like the mean average salary or whatever, the median salary in the US is like 30 to 40K or something.
Yeah,
like that,
that's what I was used to making before I went on my own, before I took that risk. So I understand you, and I hope that you listen. Maybe we figure out a way to get this to him. We love you. I don't think Andrew had any malintentions to like make you feel bad about it, but we thought like you at some point in our lives, and it just took enough of like feeling just sick and tired of being tired
Yeah.
of the same fucking bullshit. And then you're like, I have to change something. And then that's what we did. And now we're on the other side of it. And we hope that if you do listen to this, you leave your ego at the door and understand that we're coming from a place of love and a place of like, we can prove it to you that you don't have to feel that way anymore. And there is a way out.
Do you think the solution to having that viewpoint of feeling like that and having it being tied to money, like, do you feel like that starts with addressing inside stuff? Like, do you think it's like the found, like, to begin to find a solution for this problem? Do you think that it's going within,
Yeah. It's
going inside?
going inside and understanding that.
Yeah, bro, you could have any job, you could do any business, you could have all the money, but like, is that really gonna fix what's wrong?
No. Oh yeah. When you make more money, you just make more money. It
You
doesn't-
spend more money, and
you spend more
your
money.
problems are amplified. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few things came to my mind when I read that. The first thing was victim mentality, right?
Yes.
Which I think we can all relate and identify with, and we've all been through. And the way to shift that perspective and to fix that is to go inside, right? So
Oh yeah.
zoom out on that. What is going inside? What does going inside look like for you? Like,
For me,
yeah.
going inside.
Yeah, like we're saying going inside is a one way to start to fix this problem. Like,
Yeah.
zoom out on that. What does it look like? It's heavy.
It's heavy because it's
Yeah.
a lot of things. You realize that.
Give me like a few, like bro, if this was like your best friend and they were coming to you and be like, this is how I feel. What are a few things that you could share with them to help them start thinking differently?
that we are like we're a product of like how we were raised, and that we don't have to continue to think like our parents did or what we grew up around. That like, yes, sometimes seeing other people that having things that you don't may seem like they got lucky, or that right place, right time, and you're just unlucky. No, it's just that like, if you want to become rich or you want to have more money, it's the equivalent of being someone who's really overweight, deciding that in order for them to get skinny or not skinny, because that's not even healthy, but like to become healthier and get down to a healthy weight and feeling good, you literally have to change the way that you eat and the way that the whole lifestyle is in order for you to achieve that. And it's the same thing if you don't want to be broke, that if you want to be wealthy, that you also have to live that lifestyle to become wealthy. It doesn't just change by you like bitching about it. Like, you bitching
Yeah.
about it's going to only make you like feel like you're just stuck in a deeper hole and you're going to lose motivation. But going inside is like praying. For me, is just getting in touch with a higher power or whatever you believe in, even if it's yourself, whatever you believe in, just go inside. I mean, forgive. I mean, it's really deep, but like forgiving everyone and everything that's ever happened to you and all the situations that you're in, understanding that the reason that everything around you is the way that it is because you got yourself to that point. It's not.
God, I
it's not-
fucking love that.
It's not like I mean, you just.
Oh, the government, the system,
Yeah.
fucking this, that.
You're there, like you're
Nah.
there, but it's not your like. It is your fault, but it's not your fault. Like, you're blind to that.
Well, yes,
until
but then,
you go within.
yes, but now you have, if you're
Yeah.
voicing your opinion about how you feel this way and these certain, you have the awareness,
You have an awareness,
right? So now, from that point,
yeah,
if you're continuing on the same path, now it's clear as day. It's only your decision and your fault to continue feeling like that.
and it feels good when people agree with you. And unfortunately, the only people that
Yeah,
are
the pity party.
posting the only people that are posting those things and engaging with those things are people that are like-minded, right?
Yeah.
You and I are, we're not, I guess we are being hypocrites because we are engaging, but that we aren't engaging this way through comments and letting our egos get the
Yeah, I
best
would
of
have,
us.
if
And
I
like,
wanted to engage, I would have commented on it. And I thought about it for a second, but then
Yeah.
I was like, same thing you said, like, why even do that? Because it falls upon deaf ears.
correct. So hopefully he does. Dude, I hope he listens. Because what if he becomes like a fucking, just he creates an empire of
Yeah.
doing something that he loves to do.
Yeah.
What if no one told you? What if no one told you this? Whatever your name is, right? I don't know you. Maybe we could become friends. But like, what if you listening to this pissed you off? You went through roller coasters. You wanted to call us out. Maybe you wanted to post it. Good or bad publicity is good publicity. I'm just kidding. Or you wanted to hate on us. But what if we were right? Right? What if we were right about what we're saying about you? What if you could just read what you said and realize that you are playing the victim, and that you would love if people agree with you, because then there's other people that are also, because misery loves company. So a bunch of people posting on there, unfortunately, aren't doing that well financially, and they're all going to bitch and moan. But then there's people that you are friends with that maybe made a name for themselves, not name, because that doesn't matter, but like financially made a lot of money, which is essentially what this post is about. And then they can afford the bills, and you see them going on the trips, and you see them going, and you're like, how do they have money to do all this? Because they made a choice to go in that route. And if you think that their money was inherited from somebody else, good for them. Those people before that, somebody along the line at some point had to create that wealth. That person made a choice to create that wealth. Wealth doesn't just fall on people's laps unless they inherit it. But at some point, that wealth came from someone that was like,
Someone in the bloodline.
I have to fucking provide something. And then that's what you're doing, and that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome points. And I think just to go a little bit further on like the going inside, awesome, like your take on that is incredible. I think the physical aspect of it is so important, like exercising and eating healthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know?
within this,
That's part of it, because when you're poisoning yourself with the food that our country provides to you without your knowledge, you just, whenever I eat like that, I immediately like
happens
low
to me.
energy, foggy. I feel horrible. Right. So that's one thing. Exercising, is another. In the past few months, I wake up, I put my family first, right? We eat breakfast, we do our thing, get the kids to school, whatever we're doing, right to the gym before anything, right? At least 4 days a week. And that has changed a lot for me, right? People start to notice it. You say you look better, well, you feel better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those, like your shirt's a little tighter on your biceps. I'm like, the shirt's not tight. The biceps are they're working today.
Yeah, it's like
You
the
know?
shirt's normal, but the sleeves are just like,
They're just tight,
Yeah.
So that's one part. The other part is, I think that it's so, well, years ago, it's just so frowned upon to get outside help, whether it's like therapy, coaching, whatever it is, right? If you have that mindset that we read in that post, it's almost impossible to create the change within yourself.
correct.
You would agree?
Yeah, you would have to have a really, really like deep self-awareness.
Like maybe you've done it already
yourself.
with the help of someone else and you have like a proven track record. But look, for you to be that deep into negativity
Where you
and the
bring
victim
public-
mindset,
Yeah.
for you to pull yourself out of that by yourself, I would say is impossible, right? So there's two situations in my life where I know that that's true because I've actually lived it.
Yeah.
The first one would be getting into recovery, getting off of drugs and alcohol. Impossible to do by yourself.
Right.
Because you always think in your mind that you have the best solution and the best answer to all your problems when it's the furthest from the truth, right? So that's the first. And the second was launching the business and leaving the 9-to-5 rat race where I'm trading time for money and I have to be at this certain place, a certain time, away from my family and all that other stuff, right? I had a coach who helped transition me I had a very specific goal, right? And I said, this is what I want to do. And we mapped everything out. And it took us 7 months of work, right? So people think changes and things happen overnight, right? I met with this person weekly, 7 months, and did deep, intense work. And the first like 3 months were nothing about business. Were nothing about how we're gonna get to this goal. It was about my past, my history, my family, my parents, all the things that we keep in our head, right?
Yeah,
that keep us sick, right? Getting that shit out, talking about it, figuring out. Dude, I'm 37 years old. I never knew why my parents got divorced. I never knew. Coach was like, bro, you need to figure that shit out. You need to talk to each of them, have a conversation, bro. And I had an incredible conversation with both mom and dad about what happened, why it happened. And it opened my eyes up to so much, not just about them, but about myself, right? So this is the work that people are scared of doing. Like, you think, how would asking that to my parents even help me achieve my goals and what I want to do with my life and be financially free and have time to spend with my family? How would that even help?
I don't know, but it does.
That's what I'm saying. It's a great fucking question.
Yeah.
because that's the thing you are not thinking about when you're thinking about the economy and the problems and all this shit and how you want to solve the problem. You don't think about your past and why things happen and all that shit, but it's all tied together.
Yeah. May I? That was
Yeah, so
amazing.
we need to get into the post, your post.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to share.
No, it's all gonna literally
Okay.
everything's
So
gonna
read her
tie
po-
in
yeah.
because I forgot what I was gonna say now, but I'm gonna end up saying it. Her post, amazing post. She said, "As I've gotten older, I notice that some people will always be broke. They will always live in fear of being broke because they will always doubt the power of money. They don't understand that sometimes you have to invest your money to make more money because of the fear of not having enough tomorrow. Do not pass this trauma on to your children. And this is coming from someone who literally had no money growing up. It's a hard mentality to break when you always had nothing. Start surrounding yourself with people." I took a screenshot and then I keep hitting see more and it's a picture. Hold on a second. I have it here. "And had nothing. Start surrounding yourself with people that are getting money and start training your mind to let go of this fear that will hold you back." And by the way, we can bleep this out and I'm going to ask her if it's okay to share her name. Her name is Margot Troutman. Very insightful. I've seen that. I saw that post and I was like, this is like exactly how I view things too when it comes to money. And it's that there is like a passing of the trauma. Like that is a trauma that gets passed down to you from your parents. And I had the same conversation with my parents.
How much do you spend on yourself a month?
On myself? I mean, everything's technically myself, but like, are you talking about like gym? Are you talking about like vitamins? Like what's myself?
No, let's just skip that question. Yeah.
$5,000. I don't know. I do invest in myself a lot in the business, which I consider myself.
I agree. I spend thousands.
I spent tens of thousands.
There we go.
Kidding. No,
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I think the important thing to realize is when she's talking about like investing in yourself and not being afraid about money.
Yeah.
When you look at that other person who made the post, they probably never spent a penny on themselves.
Right. So, okay, I'm conscious of the time and I'm going to try to wrap this up. So this is also exactly what we're talking about, investing in myself. Like I have the business coach. I invest everything back into the business, which is an extension of me, is how I'm creating money for my house. So it is myself. So a lot of the money, there's no save. There's saving. There's a threshold of what you want to save just in case, right? But then everything else should just be invested into something that's going to continue to make money for you.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with my parents about investing, and they were concerned that I was investing too much. And I'm like, there's no such thing as investing too much because eventually this is all going to return back to me, and like with compounding interest in it. And it's not just about stocks, but it's anything that you invest in that's going to make money. It's just not going to be right away.
Right.
And then the poor mentality is no, you're spending your money. It's not worth it. They rather buy scratch offs and win that money all at once, but really spend hundreds of thousands of dollars through their whole life to potentially win millions. Every now and then they win 1,000 and they think they're like, yeah, I win every now and then. I get a couple grand here and there, but I'm like, you spend way more doing
Don't
it.
even get me started on
So
the
I told him, I
lottery
was like,
spenders.
and then I told him, I love you guys and I appreciate what you did teach me is to have a really good work ethic, but they wanted me to go to a job, stay at that job and save my money. I'm never going to get rich.
That's
that way or break
most
financial.
parents our age mentality.
Right. So I told him, and like I said, respectfully to you guys don't have a retirement, right? No, they don't have. I mean, they have Social Security and stuff, but like you guys don't have savings, right? That money just savings it's. I told them, I'm like, I love you, but I can't take financial advice from you guys because you guys aren't wealthy, and I love you, but like you're not, dude. You know what I mean? So and they understood that when I said that, they're like, okay, that does make sense. We aren't wealthy, and we're trying to give you advice on money, but I'm learning stuff from people that are wealthy.
Yeah.
I'm consuming literature that helps me think in a richer or wealthier mentality. And I think that's also a huge thing to do is dive into some books and learn about how to become rich.
Yeah.
And there's so many there's like unlimited ways. And this is also the greatest country to be able to do it in. I know Dubai is great too, but like no one here is stopping you from creating a business. Literally, you could just go on the internet, start a business, and start making money right away, and no one's going to tell you can't. You have to give Uncle Sam a little bit, and that sucks, but still not stopping you. The more you make, the more he makes, but you're always going to like be making more money. And if
why
you're
you get a
poor,
good CPI.
he's still going to take some from you. So the less you make, Uncle Sam's still getting a piece. So just man the fuck up. Pray,
So she
go to the
mentioned
gym.
she mentioned about the circle of people, right?
Yeah.
How could somebody who is maybe, because that's something you could do, it doesn't cost anything, right?
Yeah.
To just network, meet new people, change your surroundings, right? So if somebody is in our, we'll call them post number 1, they're in that mindset and they want to get towards post number 2's mindset and they want to meet new people and experience new things, how could they do that?
Okay, I'll make it quick. One of those people, like what Andrew and I are talking about, if you know, I'm sure there's somebody on your Facebook that you think that they're kind of like this rich person that's, believe it or not, people that are wealthy are happy to help people that want to get better. If you simply ask, I don't want to feel this way anymore. Do you have any advice for me? And I guarantee you, they're gonna help you. If you ask somebody that's not of that mentality, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I guarantee you, just pick any of them that's on your timeline and you see drives in a car, just ask them, is there any advice you can give me? More than likely, they're gonna tell you to read Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They're gonna tell you to read some sort of book. That's how it all starts, all across the board. The majority of my clients are all millionaires. I always ask, do you have any advice? They always tell you, read this book or read that book, start reading this book. It's always reading. So that is a good place to start.
Yeah.
And those books that I mentioned, I 100% after I read those books, my life did start to change.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Everything you need is within your reach. You need to leave your ego at the door, though, to go get it.
Yes, sir.
And you have to ask for help. That's another big one.
Dude, what a way to put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
Leave your ego at the door.
Damn, that was 30 minutes of fucking jam-packed, heat-filled fucking value,
Do you want to
brother.
jump into the next one? Do you want to jump into the next one?
No. We're going to wrap this episode up.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, I thought that's
Look,
what you were doing. When you said leave your ego at the door.
He's so excited for the next episode because it's going to be about our wives that he just wants to get into
let's
it.
keep talking
Why,
about
why are you
this.
putting your mic away, dude?
Because,
This
bro, I
is
don't want to
not
talk about
over
my
yet.
wife, dude.
This is not
I
over
love her
yet.
so much. She's pregnant. Let's, yeah, I love this topic, and I think that
Yeah.
we should keep talking about this.
Yeah, it's a great topic, and I think that everything you need is right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes we don't even know what we're going to talk about on the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm scrolling through Facebook, and then there's this post.
Yeah.
And now this post turns into this conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Which provides value for people. And we're doing it out of the kindness of our hearts, you know, with the podcast and creating the videos and doing everything. And you can do the same. Anyone can do the same thing. We're not special. We're not unique.
We're not. We just, you got to just be open-minded.
Be open-minded.
Just be open-minded and understand that, like, that whatever you're thinking right now, even like I'm still talking as if I'm talking to that kid, but I'm really talking because there's so many people on my Facebook, especially from the music scene that I come from. It's almost like that post. I was like, dude, I can point to so many kids in the scene that think like that. There's this victim mentality, and it's not your fault. It's just that you guys are all surrounding around the same people. And I don't mean
Birds
just
of
the
a
scene.
feather flock together.
Right, but people of that mentality, you tend to, it's always, and it's always someone being public about it. I understand with like wealthy people, they like to post where they're going, but they're not making posts about getting rich. There might be some that are snobby like that, but like you don't see rich people saying, man, I'm so happy that I'm just getting richer and richer. And then this is what's happening and this is what I'm doing. And then because of the government, I can make, like, they're not making the equivalent of the same post that you're making. They're just enjoying their time, not giving a fuck about what other people think. And they're just enjoying the fruit of their labor. And you could have that too. And you just need to open your mind. You need to go within. You need to get some exercise. You need to get some sunlight. And you need to just start thinking the opposite of the way that you're thinking, in a sense. You need to start forgiving and letting go and understand that just as hard as you have it now, you could have it a lot easier. But you just simply have to shift your mentality.
Mic drop, baby. Leave your ego at the door, and we'll see you next week.